everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about a Sun newspaper article, and it says, "Harsh reality. Mum slammed after saying she hates autism and it shouldn't be celebrated as she struggles to be a special needs parent." A mum has been slammed online after writing a controversial post where she claims she hates autism and says it should not be celebrated. The mum of three, Sarah Mills, 33, sparked controversy online after sharing posts in which she detailed the difficult reality of being a special needs parent. Sarah, who's from the mid-north coast of New South Wales, Australia, said that two of her three children, Hendrix 10, Monroe 7 and Morrison 3, had been diagnosed with autism, while the other is currently undergoing testing. The blogger was met with mixed emotions from her followers after uploading a controversial post about autism onto her Facebook page, Amongst the Stars, where she revealed the daily hardships she faced being a mum of autistic children. I can understand why she might feel that way, and I can understand why she might feel that it's something not to be celebrated, but at the same time that kind of undermines that autism is a gift and that it's something that we are given to help people. So that kind of makes me feel a bit sad. The post has since racked up thousands of likes, shares and comments from people who have divided opinions. And while some have praised Sarah for being real and honest, while others have slammed the mum for speaking negatively on autism, in her post Sarah wrote, "I love my children more than anything in this world, but I hate autism with every inch of my being." Which I really don't understand why she would say that. I think it's a gift. I'm autistic. That really does actually offend me, that she would actually say that autism, she hates it. I know as autism parents we are supposed to love it, embrace it and celebrate it, but today I am battered, bruised and traumatised. I would never wish this journey on anyone. I am so angry at this label, this one simple word that instantly means I'm supposed to be shouting with pride from the rooftops. I can understand her frustration, and I can understand how she must be feeling that every day is a battle with her children. Every day she has to go through the judgments, the looks, the stares, the comments, the sniggering, the backstabbing. I understand why she feels like that. I understand why she feels angry, isolated, frustrated, lonely. I can understand that she feels that she has no help. And I totally get that. I agree with her to some extent that it can be hard, that it can be frustrating being on the autism spectrum. I get frustrated every day at some point with something that gets said against me, or that I get judged a lot for being autistic because I'm female, and they assume it because I'm female I'm not autistic. So I understand why she's angry, but at the same time it kind of undermines things, and she's like saying that she hates autism, she never wished her children had this journey. Well, I'm not being funny, but has she actually asked her children how they feel? Have they actually gone to her and said that they don't like having autism? Have they actually told her that they're sad, or that they feel they've been picked on or bullied? Because I can tell you right now, I don't think they have been, and I think this is just her own insecurity and how she feels every day. And she says that she lives at the complete mercy of unpredictable, uncontrollable mood swings from a child who's growing stronger, smarter and crueler with each meltdown. We have a growing epidemic with more and more children being diagnosed with autism every single day. I understand that she feels it's an epidemic in her country, and I feel sorry for her, I do, but again, using the words epidemic and bad and things like children being diagnosed more and more, you're scaremongering. It's not something that should be bad. Autism is a gift. It's a different way of seeing and perceiving the world and people around us. You're making it sound like we're absolute awful. And then she goes on to say, instead of looking for ways to curb this or change this, we are simply pushing to embrace, accept and adapt. Well, yes, because you should accept your children being autistic. They're gifted, they're blessed, they've got different abilities that no one else will have. They are children who will see the world in a magical way. They will have the right help and support if you ask for it and get support. Hopefully you've got a supportive family network that will help you. And then she says, the glamorisation of autism makes me feel so inadequate. The stigma around carers who struggle or parents who fear it makes me feel like a complete failure. Again, I can understand why she feels like a failure. I can understand she has difficult days, difficult weeks, difficult months with her children who have needs and are probably on the severer end of the spectrum. But at the same time, you shouldn't use the word hate towards autism, because your kids will feel that. They'll pick that lack of empathy up. They'll think that they're bad, naughty, destructive disturbing children. Whereas they're not. They're gifted. They're special. I know you said you love your kids, but at the same time you're implying like, here, my daughter has eczema. I hate it. It doesn't mean I hate the people who suffer. That word really irritates me. I'm sorry. But to say the word suffer when someone has a disability such as autism or eczema or any of that, it just makes me really agitated and annoyed. And you've said, I hate what it takes from my children. I hate the added stress on all of us. I hate the stares in public when my children have meltdowns. Again, I agree with you. That's wrong. The stares shouldn't happen. The judgment shouldn't happen. As an autistic lady myself, I get stares all the time. I get comments all the time calling me retarded and damaged and stuff like that. I understand that. I understand that you're upset. You're angry. Completely justified. I'm not going to take that away from you. Completely understand that. And I understand with the lack of understanding as well from carers and family, because it's hard. They have to get their heads around what autism is. They have to get their heads around a medical disorder which enables our communication and makes us struggle day to day with how to interact with people. And again, we get told we're rude, we're disturbed, we're getting told we're not socially inept and all that kind of stuff. So I get that. I get why you feel that you've got no support, because society as a whole doesn't understand us. They like to think we're just these weird people who are conformist doers, and we told them we don't. And you said that you hate that people glamorise this condition and don't care about the mental stress. Again, I can agree with you in part, because they don't see the mental side. They don't see the side where the meltdowns are really, really bad, and it's increased anxiety, increased tears, increased anger, increased frustration, sometimes violence from people who are on the autism spectrum, and they don't see that. They only see one side of it out in public. They don't see the side when the child or adult gets home and they're under due stress or in due anxiety. And the mum added that although her post had triggered many people and she's received lots of harsh backlash, she felt it was important to share her thoughts to help other parents feel less alone. She said, "You will always find someone who finds offence in any opinion or feeling. Autism doesn't define my child, so I refuse to glorify something that upsets them and causes them to feel extremely different." Again, I don't blame you in that part, but again, how do you know your children feel different? Have they actually come to you and told you that they're unhappy? Have they actually come to you and said, "Oh, mummy, daddy, I don't feel like this is right. I feel that people look at me, they bully me"? The spectrum is such a big line. You know, you have like non-functional up here, then you have high functioning up the other side. So again, it's just a different way of perceiving the world and feeling the world. And your children are blessings. They'll get to understand themselves. They'll learn what their trigger points are. They'll learn to get the right support in time. I think the problem is you're just not seeing that. I think you like to see your children as barriers, and you're using it as something that isn't. And that frustrates me, because they are special children, and no doubt you do love them and want to help them. I understand that, but at the same time, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you should be educating people. And you said TV shows highlight the intelligence of people with autism, yet we don't see the darker side. Agree with you again, because we don't see the darker side of autism behind closed doors. You don't see what happens when there's fights going on. You don't see when they're throwing their food or having a temper tantrum, or you don't see when they want to hurt themselves because they're frustrated and they want to get outside, or they don't want to be trapped indoors, or someone's triggered them or said something that's not nice. So and then you said we don't see the feces being smeared over the walls, the holes in the walls after the meltdowns, the bite marks left over the carers, the screaming, the crying, the extra work that's involved. It's not about all high IQs and witty conversation. Agree. I don't have a witty conversation, and a lot of the time with people that I talk to, I'm very serious, I'm very formal. I like to get my opinions out, I like to be listened to, and I struggle to communicate sometimes. That is how things work on the spectrum. We do have so many problems that we do have to pressurise, and you put so many feel alone in these thoughts, or feel the pressure of society judging them if they don't love every minute. Again, I agree with you, because you can't love every minute. It's ridiculous. Loving every minute and being woohoo all the time is not great, because it's not. Autism is not easy to cope with, not to live with. It's not. It's hard. It's communication. It's practice. It's scheduling. It's routines. It's obsessions. It's special interests. It's family, it's friends, it's support networks, it's professionals. It's not something that we can just, yay, I have autism, I know what to do now, and everything's going to be perfect. No, that's not reality. Reality is it's hard. Reality is it's going to challenge you. It's going to make you upset. It's going to make you anxious. It's going to increase your mental health because you're having to constantly look after children, or if you're an adult, you're going to have to look after yourself. And like you said, parents need to hear that it's okay not to love all of it. You can love and adore your precious children more than anything and still hate part of their journey. Raising a child with additional needs can be a lonely journey. I just want to make other parents feel less alone, and I congratulate you for that because you've done that. You've got the word out. You've got the message out telling people that autism isn't hard. It's hard and that it isn't an easy ride. I agree with you. Again, it's just about your own experiences and that you need to help your children feel less alone. And I feel it's a little unfair that you're saying that autism is bad and that we're constantly judged and you're making people feel like a failure. And it's not. People with disabilities and disability parents, disability carers, you are superheroes. You are people who have to work above and beyond everyone else because you have to cope with your child. You have to help support them and put structure in place and routine in place and different foods in place when you know that they like just that they will eat them and say chatting to you about different things. And it's the intentions of people that you can't read. So again, it's just about becoming more aware of their surroundings and help people to become not so fearful of autism. So please like and comment and share and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.